Well, when you think about fine dining, it's really it's a bigger package than just the food. Okay, they want to come to an elegant place. You know, we do the very best job we can. They want the waiters to show a pretty high level of intellect. You know, you don't want to, so we built the things around it. Plus, we moved from the other restaurant up here. I can't believe it's almost 7 years we've been here. And because there was rooms here, so the folks that want to drink the wines and not have to worry about going out on the road and getting DUIs would be have to have a place to stay. Well, in addition to that, that also opened up the opportunity that in addition to the great wines and all the great, and if you look at our bar, you don't find any generic liquors. It's almost top shelf and better, you know, because we still want to serve the very best from the very beginning to the end. And so after the meal, even though they may not be cigar smokers, that once a year cigar,
right,
it becomes an important feature. I went to Cafe Cimino. I had a great dinner. You know, the chefs came out and said hello to us, and the waiters were great. I had the best wine. I had an after dinner portal, and I had a great cigar.
It's a full experience.
Yes, and that's what
Here's the real boss.
I heard this. I heard this. Yes.
And so that's what we tried to. That's what we tried to create, and I think we've done as good a job as we can do at this point. You know, but I don't think that Eli, who's our executive chef here, I don't think we've met the standard that we're looking for yet. You know, we're still looking, and I think that, to go back a minute, the success of Cafe Cimino, even though I feel like we're all great cooks, is really that we're really great in finding products that are great. And I haven't been around the world, but I've been to Italy 9 times in the last 10 or 11 years, and I get in everybody's kitchens. You know, when they hear you're an American chef, they open the doors, and they all say to me, in the best they can, you know, we always have a language barrier, including been in the kitchens in Nicaragua and Honduras as well. They all say the same thing. What they're implying is we're average cooks, but we're really good at finding the very finest ingredients and not screwing them up. You know, and so once you establish that, of course now we have a few places, the places that we buy, which we're making out the list right now, so we can pick our vegetables up tomorrow. I have an old friend and neighbor in our farm in from our farm in Calhoun where he lives that does all organic vegetables, and another young chef who was the former executive chef, or the first executive chef of the Stonewall Resort, went back to his family farm. He has 35,000 heirloom tomato plants.
Wow.
Okay, and plus
35,000 different heirloom tomato seeds.
35,000 tomato plants of many different varieties.
Wow.
20,000 pepper plants. Okay, potatoes, corn, pumpkin, melon, you name it, all your root vegetables, and he has high tunnels and everything. So because he couldn't find, it got so difficult. We were buying from 29 different people until the Macaulay Farms and Fishhawk Acres started to grow stuff, and so we're trimming it down to just a few providers now that are giving us the very finest produce that we can get in West Virginia.
What about your proteins? Are you locally sourcing a lot of your proteins that you're serving here as well? I know you can't do the seafood, but
we do chicken,
right?
But not all the time. We buy lambs, whole lambs, entire lambs, and then they get to the table in different menu items. But generally speaking, we haven't risen for that. The West Virginia farmers are terrific truck gardeners, terrific backyard gardeners. But the protein hasn't reached that commercial level, and grass-fed can mess you up. Okay. Of course we want grass-fed. Of course we want free range. But I don't necessarily don't want to put that protein on the table that was free range on broom sage. Okay? Because you are what you eat, even when it comes to food for the table. A good example is a place that we go in Italy, in Abruzzi, is famous for their lamb, and the reason why they became so famous for their lamb is the soil. Okay, and people from around the world there go to eat the lamb because of the soil. And that's what I'm trying to say here. Until we get to that place, until we start understanding that the protein that we want to put on the table, especially with fine dining, but it's a process, and it's part of the evolution of the farm to the table movement that's going to improve every single person. So I guess I didn't mean to be so long-winded with that, but we get West Virginia trout, chickens, and things like that, but we're not, and lamb, but we're not getting beef. Now pork we can get, when we have pork on the table, we can get local pork, and we have. That's just not one of our typical items that we have in this restaurant. We don't serve a lot of pork in that way. So yeah, some of it's here, but we're really, really shining real good, and not just Cafe Cimino, but the vegetable thing is really a great, great starting place. We can't be a fine dining restaurant and be Mediterranean in design without having olives from Italy, Greece, and Spain, or
they won't
olive oil from the Mediterranean,
or
the king of cheeses from Parmesan Reggiano, Grana, what is it? Grana Padano, which is another great West Virginia, Italian cheese. So we're always going to do that. We're going to get the best tuna that we can, but it's very likely going to be from the South Pacific.
Right.
You know, we're going to get the best cod we can. Unfortunately, we are getting really good cod from the Atlantic right now, even though it's kind of limited. The salmon is farm-raised Atlantic salmon. So yeah, those things are going to be imported into here for us to maintain our Mediterranean cuisine. There. Sorry.
Great.